Hey people, I was talking about this old stained glass window in that video yesterday, and I was pointing out, that the people are just way too white. And this wilderness looks more like buds, looks like weed growing to me. And then, yeah, these people, they're either Danish or Irish. Nobody's that white. But when royalty talks about, they're going out to the wilderness, that means they're going out to the hot house where they got their weed growing. And they found that they had a white fly infestation, and that's why these people are chalk white. That's what they're trying to represent here. When you get white flies in your weed, this is what the bottom of the leaves look like. They get up on the underside of leaves. If the top of the leaves look like this, the bottom probably looks like this. And then they'll transfer over to your grapevines. And they're attracted by the color yellow. And that shows off in the art here. So white fly is a major problem. Anybody growing weed today up in a hot house, they'll keep a bunch of fans running, and that's no guarantee. Old Greek word is the allure, the allurotes. And I believe, allure is coming where the white's coming from, Lou. And this S is coming from this A-E at the end. That's why I pronounce that as a ES. And so white flies damage the plant by feeding. They're draining the juice out of it, but more than that, they cause mold, and they transmit other crop viruses around. So this stained glass, it's got some wrap in it. In this last panel here, you had an adder-con, he's being controlled, the adder, the serpent. The adder-con, Atticon, the one being bit by the serpent, and Atticon. And over here you had Moo says. Moo is the cow's best friend. He only talks to Moo. And Moo says, Moo's got the word, Moo says, and Moo says. And over here it says white flies, white flies. And so white flies is your Hebrew word for and they prayed. And so people that didn't know, thought they would pray them out. And they were missing the S. You have to spray them out. So the reason I say that, it plainly says in the Hebrew, at the serpents that prayed, the white, W-I-T, and F-L, and double L, these are Coptics, straight from Egypt. The second L reads as a I, a Y. That's a white fly. And it plainly says that they're in the hot house at top, and they're fumigating. And this line down here, this tells you plainly that this was written by a total genius. And this whole line reads backwards and forwards. And so you might think you see some misspellings, but this is why it's in how or who and smoke, S-M-O-E-K-N instead of S-M-O-K-E-N, which they will spell it that way too, but it has to have its meaning when you read it backwards too. So this first line is the who, and it's why, meaning how or who, and how smoking on 'em liquored is, and V, venge, V-E-N-G, the venge, and the second B reading is an N, and liquored is venging, a sevaser, the one hiding, the sevaser, and altercaterum, and get an altercation with the sevaser, with the hider, and the sevaser altercaterum will come. This is the word for battles, alchemy. It means what'll come of it. This happening, that happening, what have come, and will come of it, and the thought. And will come, visor, all whose. And then this line, tell you reading this backwards, so this is a double B, becomes a VI, a vice of, Larcen, a vise of, the way they get by is stealing, Larcen, much live, an infestation, a mert, a scardle, mert, meaning to serve, and A-E become an E-S. Iscardal, R-C, and to discard on the side of the road. And the Myrtle Scardal, to discard L of. And discardal, or C of Vic, A-V-I-K, to get the hell out of Vickin, a genocide, a Rocklam. Rocklam is somebody who's rich and lives in Bedrock City, of the Rocklam. You've seen it on the Flintstones. Of Rocklam. In aunts. This is where your word onk comes from. This O-N-C-E, and it means hance. Everybody that carried an onk, it means that they were enhanced. They had a bigger brain. They were pretty. And in handsome sieve. And then here, deceivum in. The second M reading is an I. Deceivum in was by, where they got it from. Why smoking on 'em liquored is vengeance. Sevaser altercatum to caterum. Will come visor all. Whose visive larcy in. Much live murder scartle or sea. A vic in genocide rocklam. In aunts sieve. Deceivum in was by. In genocide or rocklam. In onkum sievum. In was by. And so this gives a better idea of what the onk means. When you receive the onk, what it means is, you've been kissed by the gods. And so it's not an onk, it's a ants. You've been enhanced. It means you have a special gift. No ugly people kiss the onk, just the pretty people. The ones that had been enhanced. They had extra large brain. So inside or rocklam in aunts, enhance, in handsome sieve, and sievum in who's by, who you sieved it from, who's by. And then this second line's talking about the hothouse. And it's why dry. Who dries her a lend? It's dry. Dry is her. And a lend. A lend a relief. Lend relief to the dry. Add some moisture. Because. Why ammer? Because am not intended. A homies. Not intending to have these as my homies, not in 10, T-I-N, not in tenant. The homies, viddy, viddy to see, a viddy, and we hermite, a torium, a torium, we were factory, the place to create, and the termites, and I will utterly destroy. They need a little moisture, and and we termite a torium, and so all your old wooden hothouses, the termites eat them up. And why's mo? And whose mo? Whose motive operandi? And what you do, and whose mo? You have cool iser. You're the cooler. Have cool iser all whiten a tessin on. A delicatessen, a place to eat, a essen, and has a white and a tessin on. A white and a tessin on a who charm. And they utterly destroyed. And so they'll say this is a word meaning to devote or to destroy. And that's where this name comes from down here. And who charm Adam, what airy, A-R-O-R-I is the right eye. It looks at the area, a wider picture. The left eye hones in is on, but the right eye is airy. And who charm Adam, what airy them. And a fur as and not call their name, but just what called them, and affers them fume harmy, them fumery is what they call them. And so this is where this word destroyed comes from here. They say the same word, devotion, but it means more to destroy, utterly destroy, completely. It's the HRM, the HRM here. And it's the HRM, the, and them fume charmy, harmy. So the Greek was written a little bit different, but the end of that line 3, was of that place on a theme, and it was setting the scene up for the rest of the story. So above, you got the person, the place, and his MO, what's going to happen, and that was on a theme in the Greek of the place to charm me. And then he starts telling a story about this bronze serpent. And so a serpent, that's a doctor. And the bronze serpent, that's a dark-skinned doctor chick. She's a bronze serpent. And that's what it says here. Dee Dee was asking me, can I do something racist? So this is it right here. The soul. And so, wise of a mirror, direcum a supples by, double B is a by. And wise of mirror, M-E-R-E-E-R, E-I-R, of mirror, direcums a supples by, to go around. A torch had what fix her naps. So she had a mirror what fix her naps. Back in the day, doctors used to put mirrors on their head, and they would have lights shining around the office and over the table, and you could set your head just in the right place and get some light on it. So I don't know what's more racist, me saying that you have to be black to have naps, or King James saying you have to have naps to have soul. And if you work with somebody, a black person, they got some naps, that's that's an expression of my soul. And so she had a mirror, and what's of a mirror to direct them supples, just gently move it by. The supples by a torch had what fix her naps. What fix her naps to see 'em in dark. And this is going to get too long if I try to put these down to line 9 here with the end of this story. And so I'll make it a separate movie. And y'all tell me what you think. Who's more racist, me or King James, with his interpretation of naps? Good day.